come to that role? How did you end up being the most evil person in the galaxy?
Interesting. No, it was luck. I was at home. I was in a play at the Royal Court Theatre in London, studio theatre, a very small theatre, playing an American. His name was Henry Hackamore, and it was Sam Shepard's play called Seduced, sort of about the life of Howard Hughes. And Howard Hughes in this play is very old, very decaying, very dying, long fingernails, long hair, and basically a wreck. And there was a casting director I knew very well called Mary Selby, who was really one of the best, and she had seen the show. I knew that. But I didn't know how that in any way would relate to what I would subsequently do in Star Wars, because I got a phone call one lunchtime. My agent said, George Lucas wants to see you. It's not often you hear that phrase, let me tell you. And he said, they're sending a car. And as I spoke, I could see the car arrive just outside my front window. I thought, my God, how does he do that? It's intergalactic already. So I got in the car, we sped down to the studio, and it was lunchtime. And I met George Lucas and Richard Markham, who was the director, as you all know, of Return of the Jedi. And we just talked about, I don't know, the weather or something like that, or the play I was in. And then suddenly it was all over. And George said, thank you very much. And I went to the door, and I thought, well, I don't know, it's nice to meet him anyway. And as I got to the door, opened it, he said, hey, great nose. I thought, oh, that's nice. George Lucas told me I got a great nose. So I've been able to dine out on that for a few years. And when I got back to my apartment, the phone was ringing. It was all true. And my agent said, great, you've got the part. I said, what part? I said, yes, it's Star Wars. And he went, oh, God, bored as usual. Looked through his, leaf through his notes and said, it's called The Emperor of the Universe. So I said, well, I guess we'll be doing it then. You know the rest.
Now, you had seen the movies before then?
Yeah, well, I'd seen what we now call number one, but I hadn't. This is a terrible admission, but it's true. I hadn't seen The Empire Strikes Back, possibly the greatest of the six. I don't know. I didn't know about this guy called the Emperor, and all I was told was he was very old. And the reason it was so last minute, they'd already cast somebody who was much older than I then was. I was, about 37. But the guy we cast, who I subsequently learned who he was, a wonderful actor, he was in his 80s, but he couldn't take those yellow lenses. His eyes wouldn't stand up to it, so he couldn't be insured, therefore couldn't be the Emperor. So they needed somebody quick. And Mary Selby, back to my original story, had seen me in this play, and she knew my work anyway. And I guess she said something along the lines of this guy, who's about 30-something, but he looks convincing, very old. In fact, he's currently playing Howard Hughes, and I guess that was enough for George. So I went in, not really knowing I was going to age up at least another 80 years. And they said, we'd like to do a makeup test. I thought, well, that's good. Maybe a little bit of tan or something, something around the eye.